an ADOS dude. There was an ADOS dude named Bill something. Bill the Icon.
Bring up all the dirty laundry.
All right. So, just wanted to touch on a topic that is near and dear to me, and that is the problem of illegal immigration. Immigration as a whole presents a host of challenges for Black Americans as it relates to our economic outcomes in the job market, first and foremost. So I always pay attention to immigration, its effects, negative effects on the Black community. And on my channel, I have consistently tried to convey that to you all. I do have quite a bit of content that pretty much breaks down how illegal immigration and immigration as a whole affects the Black community, which brings me to the topic that I want to discuss. And if you all remember, as part of Joe Biden's Build Back Better plan, which I could say part of that plan is to basically replace African Americans or Black American voters, hopefully, or what they're hoping is to replace us with a horde of illegal immigrants that they have been allowing to flood the country since Joe Biden took office. And if you all can remember, back in 2021, there was a deal struck with the administration. Here we have it, and this is from the Center for Immigration Studies. And they say on March 20th, 2021, Axios reported that the Biden administration had entered into a 6-month contract worth $86 million to house 1,200 migrant family members near the southwest border in Texas and Arizona. They say that worked out to about $71,000 per immigrant, paid by our tax dollars. And they say, meaning that you are now a co-conspirator to one of the largest smuggling schemes in history. It's basically what it amounts to is illegal smuggling operation, spurred on and subsidized by the Biden administration, allegedly. And again, that was an $86 million deal. And once these illegal immigrants touched down in the country, they were being housed, they were being bused to various points throughout the country and being put up in hotels, as you can see here, to the tune of $392.69 per person per night on these hotels. And what we actually found out, there was a great investigation into that whole deal with the company that got the contract, Endeavor, who submitted a proposal to the U.S. Border Patrol unsolicited, and then they were awarded a no-bid contract, which raised a lot of eyebrows. Because if you if you award a no-bid contract under these circumstances, it has to be justifiable, and they were patently unable to justify why this company Endeavor was awarded this no-bid contract when it had not been proven that this project was something that they would be able to administer. And what this investigation found out was that the Biden administration wasted $17 million on unused hotel rooms for illegal immigrants. And I believe it was a ruse. I believe these guys, once they made passage into the United States, once they were, tagged and bagged, if you would, and bust out, they weren't, allowing the officials to keep tabs. They're gone. They're in the wind. They're going to hook up with whatever network they have already in place, and they're going to make their way to where they need to make their, make tracks to. They probably got a nice amount of money, some spending money. Excuse me. We don't know how much cash they've given them to live on. That $86 million encompassed, hotel stays and living expenses. They were going to need food, clothing, everything that you need to subsist on a day-to-day basis. So, the fact that many of those hotel rooms went unused does not surprise me. But what happened in Texas, and I want to show this video of Washington, D.C. Mayor, I think it's Muriel Bowser, because what the governor of Texas did was say, hey, we're going to start busing.
The Washington Post reported last week.
We're going to start busing these guys to Washington, D.C. and, allow them to feel a little bit of the heat by being bombarded, with illegal immigrants. And this is what she had to say on Face the Nation, basically complaining now because the problem is hitting close to home.
The Washington Post reported last week that homeless shelters in D.C. were filling up, and groups were getting overwhelmed by these buses that the governors of Texas and Arizona are sending here full of migrants. How significant is this influx? How many people?
Well, this is a very significant issue. We have for sure called on the federal government to work across state lines to prevent people from really being tricked into getting on buses. We think they're largely asylum seekers who are going to final destinations that are not Washington, D.C. I worked with the White House to make sure that FEMA provided a grant to a local organization that is providing services to folks. But I fear that they're being tricked into nationwide bus trips when their final destinations are places all over the United States of America.
So, yeah, well, once the problem hit close to home, then you want to scream foul. But, especially people who live close to the border in these border towns in Texas, Arizona, California, they feel the brunt of the rush of illegal immigrants more than most. They experience the violence, the drug trafficking that is brought across by the cartels in the drug trade and the human trafficking trade. So it's easy when, a problem sits off in the distance and it doesn't really affect you. It's easy to dismiss it as being, not a problem. But as you can see, the DC mayor doesn't appreciate those very same migrants, as she calls them, not appreciating them being dropped off in DC, although they are subsidizing them with transportation, room and board. So I think it's very hypocritical of Mayor Bowser to complain and to insinuate that they are being tricked into getting on these buses when it's the Biden administration who pretty much beckoned them to come invading our borders. Hop down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. This is your man online, Bill Money, signing off. Smash like on this video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the other side.
Huh?